right, we're getting ready to stream live. And I'm on the computer going so I can answer Facebook posts. Here we go. All righty. Welcome. Let's get this bad boy going. Live out of Miami, Fort Lauderdale. Welcome to the Jersey Boy Sports Talk. Hosted by your own Jersey boy, Byron Jones and Victor Orocho. Brought to you by the Sportscast. Today is February 18, 2021. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to the Sportscast in all your channels, YouTube, Periscope, and iTunes. And if you are on iTunes, please leave a rating. It'll help us out tremendously. Also, we have an iPhone app, the Sportscast. You can download it and enjoy it from there. You can follow us on Twitter at the Sportscast1, and you could also visit our website at thesportscast.net. Again, check on your iOS iOS phone so you can get the sports app and you can listen to us there. Besides viewing it, so this is also recorded. You can see this regularly on our Facebook page. You can see this on YouTube, and usually Byron and I will have it reposted on our sites as well. So you can see this at other time or just listen to it. Sometimes I'm listening to it myself as a podcast, and I think it's pretty funny when you hear me and Byron talk. Byron's got the big and okay, so I wanted to go ahead. We are streaming live on Facebook at Facebook's S. Leon Sports. We're live on YouTube as well. So if you a YouTuber, go to YouTube. If you're Facebook, go to Facebook and we go from here. And today's show is sponsored by Debt Free Life. Would you give 20 minutes of your time if they could show you how to get out of debt in 9 years or less, including your mortgage, without spending any additional money than you're spending today? If you're interested in having a 20-minute conversation, please text DFL, Debt Free Life, to 305-318-5735, and one of the representatives will get back to you. That's right. 9 years or less. It's not consolidation. It is not negotiation. It's elimination. And back to our show. Mr. Byron, I have a very interesting video you sent me today. Since you told me not to ask you anymore.
Yeah, I wonder why.
So I figured, let me see if I could enjoy this moment here. Hold on. Let's see what this looks. Why is this looking funny? It got small on me all of a sudden. Am I sharing my screen with you, Brian?
I can see you.
You can see me, right? I don't know what happened here now. So, oh well. So let's get into it. Well, I wanted to show you it's a blissfully day over there. So I'm just having technical problems today. I don't know what is going on there. Let's try one more thing. There we go. That's not it. There we go. Okay, now I'm seeing us twice. Why? I don't know. I can't see you, Byron. I'm having a rough day, Byron.
I can tell.
Help me, Lord. Help me. Help me. All right. Oh, I think it's on speaker view. That's why. Yeah, gallery view. That's what I want. All right. So let me just share this one piece with you, for those of you that are out there. Oh, wait a second. Hold on. Share screen.
There you go. Look at that.
Hear that, Byron?
Yeah, there you go.
No.
You look good with that hat on, by the way. Okay, so that's his
There goes
truck.
my
Man, that
faithful
truck,
truck
your
over
video's
here.
messed up, or that
I'm
truck looks like a
people from
limousine.
Pennsylvania. Get a truck.
It's the Nissan Type.
Look at this.
It ain't that big.
Snowing,
Yeah,
Victor.
it looks like a limousine.
So that means don't ask me what to do here. It's snowing and
Oh
it's
my
cold.
God. Okay, so let me ask you a question there. On this video here, like, what are you snowblowing?
There you go, Victor. This is what it's doing. It's snowing. Snowing.
So
The
hold on.
sidewalk, right there, the sidewalk, all the way
Where?
there. Yeah, keep going.
We can see
All
it
the way
right there.
across.
We see that wire? Is that where the sidewalk is?
Yeah, that's where the wire is, right there.
There
And then
you
there's
go.
that big
Look at that.
pole,
Big pole right there.
Snow.
and that's a sidewalk.
No.
Let's keep going.
Ah,
Keep going.
you guys got
There goes
telephone
my
poles?
faithful truck over
Yeah, right in
here.
front of the house.
I'm living like the people in Pennsylvania.
Oh, I'm
Get a
sorry.
truck.
We got like
Look at
underground
this.
fiber
It's
optics.
snowing,
out here.
Victor. So that means don't ask me what to do here. It's snowing.
See, you don't know the whole length of it. See, what had happened was I did half the block today because I was being a good guy doing my good deed for the day. So I did half a block.
Really? Hey,
Yeah.
that hat looks really good on you, man. You look stylish.
I want to be like Bruce Arians, my man.
I don't know if it's the goatee and the hat, but you look good. What's
stuff.
the patch? What's the patch?
That's the Monmouth County Police Academy.
Monmouth County Police Academy. All right, but maybe next week I'll break out my state police. That's my police. You know I got to break out Betty. I got to break out Benny.
Well, it's probably a medium on him now.
You looking good, man. What's going on? You got had a date night tonight or something?
That was yesterday. That was the other day.
All righty. So look, today we're going to talk about. We're always going to talk about the Giants, as we always do, and then we'll see if people who's calling in. Let me just get to the Facebook page here, because I'm trying to make sure that I could answer comments. Because last week we had a lot of comments, and I didn't even get to any, and I had to answer them afterwards. So here I got Vonda. Oh, Vonda was making fun of me when I invited her. He was like, "What's that?" Miss Vonda, I hope Miss Vonda shows up because she was hiding from us, Byron.
She's gonna probably hide again.
Oh well, you at least showed up on the couple times we got you. You denied, and deflected, right. But you showed up.
Denied, deflect.
But you showed up, Vonda. What's going on? You got homework or something? Oh yeah, she's got school, right?
Yeah. Yep. I think she's got like another 2 or 3 weeks.
All right, I see myself here. Okay, good. I'm just trying to make sure I can get the comments. You know what I mean? Because last time, oh, here it is. Here's 3 comments already. Vonda, how do I what? I can't zoom in. Hello, Vonda. Vonda, I sent it to you. Look on the screen, Vonda. See the screen? Just go to zoom.us. Yeah. You're killing me. Hey, bro, and Victor. Hey, Sonia. Vonda Jones, I finished my homework. Oh, so she did have school. I told you.
There you go.
She's the brainiac of the family.
Yes.
Apparently.
Yes, without a doubt.
You got the brainiac, you got the wine and coffee connoisseur, and you got the jock.
Well, she was too. Matter of fact, both of them ran track.
Trying to make it in range. They were all. I know you all. And man, all you Jones got a distinctive look, man. You guys all look alike.
We're supposed to look like Clifford Jones and Thelma.
Oh my God! Well, I guess I can't say anything because my family's the same way.
There you go.
But even my kids. Sonia, tell me, Sonia, you could please get in. I sent it to you in the invite. So if you can't get in, comment. So I see comment. I got 5 comments. How come I can't see all the comments? I hate this. Is what drives me nuts. Okay. One, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Let me just go to Zoom. US. Enter number. How many shows has she been on?
Who?
Vonda.
What, 2, 3? I don't know.
At least 3 or 5. All right, admit. Here he is. Shay! She came out of hiding. How many shows has she been on?
Hey!
Vonda came out of hiding.
Hush up.
Came out of hiding. Come on, take it like a Marine. Take it like and we want to see you. So put a hat on or whatever you're doing studying. We want to see you. Take it like a Marine. You were running. You were like who was that on the phone? Was that Mike Polidoro when he was talking about the Ravens, and he picked Buffalo? Hey! Woo! Tampa. Don't go against Brady. All right. Well, now you got my respect. You got my respect back. At least Byron shows up, but he denies what he picked.
Pick Tampa.
I know that, but I'm just saying whenever you say the opposite, he denies it. But
Yeah,
he
of
shows
course.
up, Vonda. He doesn't hide. We were calling you
They
out.
get beat upside the head. Who cares?
All right. Well, Vonda, so we'll give you a few minutes. What did you think about the game? I know we'll give you a little chance to talk about.
I keep on hearing a lot of different voices. Hold on.
Oh, because you gotta mute your Facebook, because if you got us on Facebook, you just want to look at the comments.
Hold on.
Like pausing on Facebook. That's why you're hearing us on Facebook and you're hearing us on Zoom.
Uh-oh. Can you hear me now? Is that better?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I can hear you.
We didn't have the problem.
So
tell us, what did you think about the game?
what game? I can't remember.
There it is. It's the banana. Oh my God.
I watched it again.
I know you forever, and
I watched it again last week.
Like your brother, I thought it was just a Byron thing.
Well, I watched it again last week because I was so frustrated when the Super Bowl came on. I watched it again last week, and I'm like, it was horrible. It was just all one-sided. So it is what it is. It's all in the books, and hopefully we won't have the same outcome this year.
Well, I'll tell you what, I finally got on Derek Neely. Derek Neely?
Yes, my man. That's my
Hello,
man.
Derek. Welcome, Derek.
Hey,
Thank you for listening to our show. Welcome. We got Miss Vonda Jones Sellers and my wonderful co-host Byron Jones and Vonda. We had to pull Vonda out of hiding, but she was studying, so we're gonna give her a break. But she was hiding.
Thank you very much.
Since she picked Kansas City, she spoke like she was gonna pick Tampa.
It sounded like it, but
Then she just flip-flopped like that.
Yeah.
And then did you hear me calling you out, Vonda?
Yeah, I heard you, but I just couldn't answer the phone.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. Hey, I was happy. I was happy for the game. I'm happy how it goes. He made a lot of sportscasters eat their words. Yeah. I mean, Stephen A. Smith, Kellerman, Eminem did a video. Guess who's back? Back again. And it was like all the doubters, and like it was just amazing. And then Brady tweeted out. Apparently, Shannon Sharp was calling him out profusely. Byron,
I'm gonna be a hater right now.
Go ahead.
The reason why Tom Brady won that Super Bowl was that tremendous defense. Every Super Bowl that he has won, he has had a top 5 defense. New England, all the ones that he won, they were a top 5 defense. This was Tampa Bay. This was their defense. Their defense won that. He's just a game manager now. He's just along for the ride because it was a defensive effort to shut down Mahomes.
I don't have any problem with that. But I will tell you, though, my son said the same thing prior to the Tampa Bay. By the way, Derek said he went with Casey as well. So Vonda, yeah, that's all right.
Good.
Derek, but I don't know what's happening to my green screen. That's all right, Derek. That you went with Casey. I can understand if it wasn't for Brady there, I would have went. I like Casey. I think they're gonna be back. But Vonda usually shows up. Because usually Byron's the one who's hot. Byron's not hiding. Byron just says he didn't pick that team.
No, man, I'm too big to hide.
We got him on video.
I'm too big to hide. Where am I gonna hide? Where am I gonna hide at?
That's true.
You can hide in the snow.
Yeah, all the snow we got to put out there. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, you can hide in that.
He looks good with that Kangol hat. Doesn't he look good? I thought he had date night. He's either the black. He looks like he's.
Looking all sporty.
He's just swabbing down. He does look good today.
Go to the club. It's Thursday, ladies' night.
Yeah, he's got ladies' night and freezing.
Well, lady night.
Exactly. I was getting ready to say, wait a minute.
Yeah, there's a shotgun behind that door. Don't confuse yourself. Byron would be part of that snowblower.
Yeah.
Yeah, Byron, I agree with you. Well, first of all, it takes team, number one. Number two, but when I looked at it over the years that Brady was in prior to this one, the defense was always up there, but the offense wasn't far behind. It was later when the offense was dropping. So though the defense was in the top 5 or whatever, the offense was in 6, 4, 3. When Randy Moss were there, they were like in number 2.
Yeah, but when they beat the Rams, what kind of defense was that?
There's no doubt the defense was there. I'm just saying to you though, it wasn't always just. In other words, you can't tell me that it was so lopsided like when the Ravens won with what's the tall quarterback?
Flacco.
Flacco, right. Okay, when the Ravens won with Flacco, there was no doubt that was a defensive championship, right? When the Bears won, but with that Ravens team, that was more. You gotta tell me.
This is
team to a Brady team.
This is sad to say, but when the Giants played the Ravens in that one Super Bowl, they got smashed. That was a defensive team when that year when the Ravens beat the Giants in the Super Bowl, because the only touchdown they got was on a kickoff return that game. They would have been shut out if it wasn't for the kickoff return that game.
Yeah, but who do we have? Who's the quarterback? Ryan.
Kerry Collins.
Kerry Collins. Yeah, that's right, Kerry Collins.
Wow.
I'm still happy we made it there, but still, Kerry Collins.
Yeah,
I always forget that Super Bowl.
yeah, they got smashed.
Oh, it's terrible.
That's why I said who. I was like, I don't remember that one.
But still, the Brady. Look, man, they still put up good points. Number one, and the defense did come to play, and the defense did a great job. And I was like, Todd Bowles did we talked about that last week, so I don't want to keep going into it. I just want to give Von the chance to talk about it. And since Derek came on board, couldn't go with Brady. Lost big on the Atlanta game. Did you lose on this game, Derek? You lost. You were given 3 points.
Oh, I'm sure he did lose big.
I won. I won, Derek. Sorry about it. I won. And I didn't even take points. But again, we donated the Gary Sinise Foundation for the service people. So, all right. So into today's show, what I want to talk about, we want to get on Vonda a little bit. I'm glad she's out of hiding. And then 2, I want to let's talk about the. But Byron, you still didn't answer my question though. You can't compare Flacco's team, Flacco being on a defensive dominated team to Brady.
I'm being a Brady hater. Can I be a Brady hater, please? Please. He's pretty. He's got the pretty wife and kids and family and stuff. Yes, let me throw some haterade out there. Let me throw some hate.
Make another $25 million next year at 44. That's even more reason to hate.
I'm being a hater right now. He's got the perfect life and everything. Even though he has AB living in his 10,000 square foot pool house. Yes, I'm gonna be a hater.
Owned by Derek Jeter.
Whatever. I'm gonna be a hater now. Can I hate? Yes.
I guess so. You still like Bruce Arians, so you got to pick.
Yes, I love Bruce Arians.
Good, because he apparently gave you some style.
No, it's swag.
I thought that hat came out first with LL Cool J.
No. Yeah.
No.
Who was it?
Who came out with it first?
Was it Kango?
Kango.
No, it was Run DMC.
Run DMC.
Yeah. Who wore it? Was it Run? No, Run. He wore
like the safari looking thingies.
Yeah.
LL Cool J. He ran it too. Number 3.
There's somebody else in here. Jones, number 3. Is that Sonya?
Oh.
Sonya?
Well, she got to unmute herself or somebody.
He's muted.
I'm asking her to. I was going to tell you who wore it in Run DMC.
Is that better?
Yes. Jones 3, welcome.
She's
Hola,
hiding.
¿Cómo está?
She's hiding.
Estamos bien, Sonia. Está tomando. Está tomando vino.
Muy bien, muy bien, muy bien.
Oh my God. Is that Sonia?
Yes, it is.
There she go. Hey! Other one.
Oh man, the Jones are out tonight, and she got a Knicks shirt on.
Oh Lord.
Oh Is that a Patrick Ewing?
Patrick Ewing, yeah.
Patrick Ewing.
I remember they practiced that in my college.
Yeah, they
All
did.
the years they did. I met Pat Ewing, Huey Brown, all those
Mark
guys.
King.
Every time you saw the Mercedes and the decked out caddies, we knew that they were there. Yeah, big feet. She got a Ewing shirt on.
She's been a Nick fan forever.
Oh man, I'm sorry. What do you call it? When you left, I'm a Heat fan now. So let's talk about this mock draft, Byron. What do you think is going to happen with? We got a mock draft. What do you think they're going to be picking up? So it's coming up pretty soon, right? So they're showing here Mike Kelper. They're talking about a tight end from Florida.
What? Pitts.
And gave him. I don't know who this guy said. It says edge. Is that a defensive guy? No.
From what? Miami.
From Miami, right?
Yeah,
Edge? Is that an edge rusher?
Yeah, he sat out this year. He didn't play this year.
Okay, so I'm just going to mention three. Kemper picks the tight end from Florida. Miami, they're picking the edge. Edge, I'm assuming, is an edge rusher, right?
Yeah.
Not able to,
or something like that.
He's not able to pass up the big athletic edge rusher. Okay, so you got an edge rusher, you got a tight end, and then they're picking that kid Jalen Waddle, the wide receiver. So those are like they're trying to talk about Alabama too. Do you think they'll be able to get down to get Devonta Smith?
Nah, it depends. You figure like what happened with the Eagles today, that might mess up a lot of the stuff that's going to go on. Figure that Kyle Pitts, the tight end from Florida, is the same thing that we already got, which is Evan Ingram. They're about the same skill set, same try, but maybe this kid can catch. He's not Mr. Butterfingers. So hopefully,
they were thinking about doing something with Ingram?
Well, he's on his 5th year, of his contract, his rookie contract. So it's not, I think it's $6 million or whatever is on there, and hopefully they could do something with him, because you figure if they match this kid Pitts and put him together, that's a pretty good group of tight ends, But then again, if you want to run the ball, how are they going to run the ball if you got two non-blocking tight ends for a safety? If you have two of those guys on the field at the same time, you're not.
Give me defense. I think that's becoming the new, like, the left tackle of the league, because the edge rushers, you need those edge rushers to stop these quarterbacks that are running and throwing downfield.
Yeah, but you saw what they did this year. They had a good scheme. He schemed, a lot of those, the sacks that they got, and if they sign Leonard Williams, that's a big plus. Dalvin Thomas, they have to get both of those guys,
Right.
If they lose one, then they're going to have to go either draft another one or sign a cheap one, free agents, they'll sign another Carolina Panther, because they just cut Quan Short. They just cut him, and he's like 32 years old. And Gettleman loves picking up the Panthers for some reason.
That's funny. So Sonia, how your Knicks doing?
Oh, they're doing great this year. They're looking good. Oh, they got whooped yesterday though, but they're looking good this year. I'm pleasantly surprised.
But everybody is.
Yes.
Everybody is. So what do you would like to see the Giants get? You're two big Giant major fans over there. So who would you like to see the Giants get? An offense, more focus on offense or defense?
I think defense. Defense, right?
You too, Sonia?
Defense.
That's because you're biased to your brother.
Yeah.
If your brother was a pretty boy for receiver, you'd be going offense.
Nope.
He looks good though today, doesn't he?
I was a pretty boy defensive end.
Yeah. Sonia, did you get my picture of that big bottle of wine?
I sure did. Thank you.
No
Wait,
problem.
National Wine Day.
Cheers. You got your wine there? I got my Gatorade. I got my
Oh, gee.
Salute. And then it was funny because I sent you a picture of that Cuban coffee.
Yes.
We make that. That's
love
high
coffee.
octane. High,
Yes, cafe con leche. Yeah.
Oh, I had cafe con leche this morning.
Yes.
I drank one of those. That's some Cuban one time, and I was in New York. I drank 2 of them.
Ooh.
I got on the New Jersey Turnpike. I was doing 110 miles an hour in the car because that coffee had me so messed up. Oh, it was a mess.
Every
wow.
time in Atlanta, we serve it, we would serve it twice every day at 10 o'clock and 3 o'clock. And it was awesome. When we had business people coming over,
Yes.
we would give
Yes.
them extra because usually they're like, okay, let me just sign. Because that, if you're not used to it, it will hit your stomach heavy. You're like, Byron, you had the sweats, didn't you?
Did I sweat?
I got more. I gotta go.
Faster. Oh, I was crazy.
Hey, well, we need to do something on these picks now. So right now we got Philadelphia. We don't know what's going to happen there. I don't know where I got the news wrong last time because I thought Wentz was traded. Remember to the Bears, and that was either false news, and I hate reporting that. And then so you got Philadelphia, with a rookie quarterback, right? Well, not a rookie, but it'll be second year. Danny Dimes, I hope he does something. He's got to do something, or maybe we do something because they said there's still there may be another 18 quarterback. Half the league is going to be shifted.
Yeah.
And by the way, they didn't give up too much. The Colts, you called it. I'm going to get to that right away. So for us in the draft, I'm a defensive player, so I just always want to have defense. And I think with Saquon coming back, now the problem with Ingram is what we noticed, right? And I mean, we're into the game, but it's not like every people who aren't totally into sports as deep as you and I, Byron. A lot of people notice he missed a lot of balls.
9.
But ignore it like every game. So I mean, that hurts us. That hurts him. It hurts us for tradability. It hurts him for money, right? And it hurts the team because I don't know what's going to happen when the ball's thrown to him. And then it hurts Danny Dimes because we can't tell if he's any good or not because one of the best receivers we got has a chance of missing the ball.
Well, Danny Dimes is getting better though over the past year.
We'll see. I'm not convinced yet because not one first year was all right. Second year he didn't have Saquon, so you know what I mean. He needs a full throttle. We got Judge under 2 years, right? Doing well, but then Byron, you didn't like the offensive line, the guy who got promoted,
and you figure they're gonna have to fix that again because you got didn't know the kid was playing hurt or Thomas. He had ankle surgery at the end of the season. Lemieux or whatever the left guard next to him, he was a rookie. He was awful in pass protection. Yeah, Gates was a converted tackle that moved to center. He did all right. He wasn't that bad. Zeitler was all right. And but the Fleming, the right tackle, is awful. They need to fire him. Matter of fact, I would come out of retirement to play right tackle because I'd probably be better than him.
Whoa. Time out there.
Hey, hold on a second. I got good. What a good a friend of ours, Fonda, and a fellow defensive end for you, Byron. Played with me. Shane McPherson is on comments. He says I'm outnumbered. Well, I'm outnumbered. Oh, he came on my side. We need offensive players. He thinks we need more offensive players. Why am I outnumbered? He says, watch what I say. What did I say? What did I say?
Shane.
I don't know what I said.
You
know Shane, right?
No.
Who, me?
Yeah, Vonda.
Yeah, didn't we graduate?
Yes, yeah.
I was like, I'm trying to picture the face. Wait a minute.
Lorenzo Carter.
They need a right tackle.
Well, he said Lorenzo Carter will be back.
Yeah, that was the outside linebacker. That's the kid from Georgia. He was all right until he got hurt. But they need a right tackle. They need a left guard. They need a right guard. Put it this way: they need 3 other people because the centers. I like Gates and Andrew Thomas is going to be fine.
Okay, but, not for nothing, but I think Sonia's camera's drinking.
The what?
What happened?
Sonia's camera's drinking because she wasn't even there and the camera was like moving.
Stay away from that.
Sonia, I need you to stay in the picture.
Stay put, Sonia.
I'm
you checking the timer for when's the next wine glass pour?
I'm trying to put on the bigger monitor.
I think they had a timer for the next pour.
Yeah, they need a true number 1 receiver too, because Slayton is not it.
Yeah. Well, we'll see when they all get together, right? So then I want that line to keep doing what he has to do, and I want Saquon to have, I don't want to have excuses for Saquon, which I don't think they will be, but I want to have a line that, if he could run and we can get Daniel Jones to to manage the game, then we'll be in good shape. Hold on, someone's welcome to the show. Who we got here?
This is Shane.
Hey, Shane.
Welcome. You don't remember my face? It must not have been memorable. Come on.
Look, well, I had to pull out our yearbook.
That's not fair. Your yearbook picture. Let me get started, Shane.
Oh, come on, man.
So tell me, why do you think we need offensive players, John?
Because Evan Ingram is a bum. The guy, he can't catch anything. The best thing that ever happened was that he made the Pro Bowl. Maybe we have some tradability with him.
Yeah, he still made the Pro Bowl, huh? Man, he just makes me nervous. There's no confidence in me with him. Imagine I'm not even throwing him the ball.
Yeah, I mean, poor Danny Dimes. He doesn't have a number one receiver. We whether we get a free agency or, we got to get somebody for him to throw to. I mean, the kid Slayton, but he's a number 2. He's a 1A if anything. But if we can get number 1, you watch how good Danny Dimes looks.
Yeah.
You need to go like Galladay, the guy from Detroit, big receiver. Allen Robinson from Chicago Bears. Those kind of guys. That's what they need to go after. But I don't know if they're going to have the money with the salary cap thing to get them.
I just heard now the opposite. They're raising the salary cap.
What, franchising who? What, Galladay and the other guy?
Yeah, they're talking about franchising them, so they might not even get a chance with that right now. So.
Or Gettleman will do his usual and dig down the Panthers again. They got Corey Davis is another guy that's on the list too.
Yeah. So if I go back to where they had in the draft, they were those guys. They talked about Jalen Waddle from Alabama, Devonta Smith. But we're picking 11th.
That's a good spot.
It's not a bad spot, right? Because you got you know who's going to go number 1, right? But Devonta Smith won the Heisman, didn't
he? Yeah, we got Odell at like 12, so it's actually a good spot. A lot of people saying that the 3 receivers are going to be gone by the time they get there. I don't see that happening. I don't see 3 receivers going in the top 10.
So far, from a receiver standpoint, not counting tight ends, I just see Waddle, I see Devonta Smith,
and Chase.
Oh, sure. He didn't play this year.
Yeah. Oh, they're saying notable 11th picks. We've had. I don't see Odell. Did you see that Odell? They're trying to get Odell at Tampa.
No.
Everybody wants to go to Tampa. They're the new flavor of the month. Hey, everybody go play for Bruce Arians in Tampa.
They're going to play for Brady. I know you're being a hater, but they're going to play for Brady.
I'm being a hater, man. Bruce Arians is the coach.
He ain't playing for Bruce Arians. Bruce Arians is the oldest coach, and his mom is the oldest fan, and Brady's the oldest quarterback.
That is 95-year-old mother.
Old, and they all perform.
Let her live, man.
I'm like, hey, God bless her. Shoot, I know I won't be around at 95. Yeah, Shane, I'd like to see. I think the thing is, my biggest challenge though is that we always win on defense. But number 1, number 2, when we do have our offense, we have a good running back, but we always have a good tight end too, right?
I'm with you. I'm a defensive guy myself, But I'll tell you, if the kid Surtain from Alabama, the cornerback, is there at 11, you run up to the podium.
Gotta take it.
Oh,
you have those two. You have those 2 cornerbacks there for how many? And Bradbury and him, shut down.
Yeah. So it's just a matter of where, because I've always seen whenever we start doing well is when we get that ball to that tight end. For some reason, our tight ends make a difference, and then it opens up everything else. And Saquon comes back running the way he is, because I think he's still going to come back strong. I think he's going to come back more motivated because of what the team was able to accomplish without him.
I'm old school. I was never a big Ingram fan because he's not a traditional tight end. You go back to Bavaro, you go back to Shockey, Eli lived with the tight end. That seam pass was always there, And all I hear is Ingram is speed. if you're going to drop it, speed means nothing. He had more drops than anybody in the whole league.
Let's just put it this way. To me, I didn't even consider him a tight end, Byron. I considered him like a big receiver that was dropping the ball.
Yeah, all the time. It hit him in the hands, bounce off his face, and guy intercepted. I'm sure. If put it this way, if it was Peyton back there, the quarterback, he did that repeatedly, he wouldn't be there. He'd have been gone. Peyton would have got rid of him. Maybe even Eli probably be like, you know what? I can't throw at this guy. He got to go. They'd have got rid of him. Gone.
Yeah, no doubt.
Now the kid Pitts from Florida. I mean, he's a stud. People are gonna compare him to Evan, but this kid's 6'6". I mean, look at his red zone, no drops. I mean, he's a weapon.
Yeah, that's where the Kyle Pitts.
Yep.
Saying that Giants could enjoy a fantastic duo at tight end. Pitts is versatile enough to play with Evan Ingram and be moved around the formation and provide the quarterback Daniel Jones with a playmaker.
That's if Garrett calls the right offense and doesn't do what he usually does. First play action. Second play, outside zone. 3, comeback pass. He's predictable.
Yeah. They're already talking about, the reason why when they were saying they were moving up that guy to offense, more into the offense, was because they're thinking that Garrett's going to get another shot as a head coach again.
Well, yeah, he will. Good old, what do we always say? It's the good old boy.
I don't see why.
It's the good old boy network, huh?
I just think there's just some coaches that are suited better for the position. Like being an offensive coordinator, pretty much you're the head coach, offensive, defensive coordinator, right? That's it. And sometimes those guys are just better at those positions. Like Spagnuolo, he was a terrible head coach. He's a great defensive coordinator. Wade Cook, terrible head coach, great defensive coordinator. I mean, wherever he went, his defenses were awesome. So head coach.
Pat Schumer, great offensive coordinator, awful New York Giants coach.
Exactly.
Norv Turner.
Norv Turner. I mean, you can keep going and going and going, and that's where that's why there's probably a little. They're saying there's a little discourse in Seattle. Not to get off of them, Jeff, is because Pete Carroll's a great guy, great coach. It's just the defensive-minded coaches. Right, the quarterbacks it's a quarterback league. It's becoming a little difficult to have a defensive-minded head coach when it's a quarterback league. Right, so that may be there's something brewing over there. All right, so I think that I think I'm okay with everything. So we got so far defense, but we do agree we need some playmakers somewhere along the way. I think this year's draft is going to be interesting because it's March 11th. Byron, what do you think? They're going to have to do something with these quarterback movements, because the reason why I'm understanding the Colts, we're going to go into the Wentz trade, right? And we're going to the quarterbacks moving around right now. So they're saying that the reason why the Colts had so much power was that Wentz's $10 million was coming up, that they were going to either have to pay it and try to get rid of him, or get rid of him and not worry you have to pay it.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't want to give him an extra $10 million because he didn't want to be there, And all these Philly fans that I'm surrounded by over here, they was beating him upside the head. I'm sure Sonia with her favorite friends, Karen and Tiffany, they probably was like, they wanted him to go because he was at a point where he just didn't want to be there no more. Yeah. He became a bad teammate. He didn't want to deal with fighting for his job. So maybe that's the best thing for him to take his $128 million and move along.
So, but right now, in the NFC East, the Giants are the most stable team right now.
Washington's pretty stable too, though.
Well, don't they have a quarterback? There's a quarterback challenge there, though.
Yeah, well, they signed that kid, the one that was starting before Alex Smith, Henneke. They signed him to a 2-year contract.
He did pretty good.
He wasn't bad at all.
Wasn't he like coaching football?
Yeah, he was coaching in the
high school
or something. Yeah, he's not bad at all.
Yeah, he played a good game. Yeah, well, we'll see. I still think it's unstable though, right? Because just because he had a good game there right now, we're the most stable in the NFC East, which is kind of funny.
But you know what makes them probably the most stable? Their defense. Washington's defense is a top 5 defense. That's what's going to carry them to, a little bit step above the Giants right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I agree.
That D-line's good. That D-line is good.
I'm sorry, Shane, say that again.
That D-line in Washington is something to be reckoned with.
Yeah, there's no doubt. No, and when I meant stable, I apologize. Let me. Is that there's not. We're just trying to figure out what players we're going to bring in, but we're not worried. We're not concerned about our quarterback, even though we may be. But as an organization, right? We're not concerned about our quarterback. We got our star running back coming back. We have all our coaches there. You know what I mean? There's no problems. Dallas has got his issues with Dak and what's going on there. Philadelphia just got rid of Carson Wentz. Now you got Jalen Hurts, who's going to have to do something there. They got a brand new head coach, right? And then you got Washington, which doesn't have a secure quarterback. He did play well, but their defense is there. That's what I meant. Like there wasn't if it was from a business perspective.
Yeah, the Giants, by
they have the least amount of issues going on that's distracting.
Yeah, the least amount of distractions. That's
distractions, right? So did you see that? Byron, what's an optional second pick?
What is it here? I got it here right here. 2021 for Wentz with the Colts got. They got a third this year for him, and then 2022 they're getting a second. But then it goes up to a first if he plays 75% of the games or whatever with them. So the more he plays, which they're going to hope he does, the higher up the pick is going to go. So they could, right now it'll be a second, but if he plays, which he should, he'll be, they'll get a first round pick from the Eagles next year.
Awesome. Thanks for explaining that because I didn't know how do you have optional second round? If I have the option between second and first, I'm going to go first, right? Jeffrey equals.
Yep.
He says, Washington's D is as good as they need some secondary help, which is true. Billy and Bram. Hello, Vonda and Sonia.
What happened?
All three. And Vonda's got hello, Shane.
Billy Bram.
By the way, he's on the phone.
Figures.
Well, now you know. Shane, you also coach,
I coached for 30 years. I'm now I'm just being a dad and watching my boys play.
Wow,
that's awesome.
It's nice.
That's awesome. You football, right?
Yeah. I coached with the Forge Bearcats for years, and then we started up the Red Raiders with Mr. Bishop, may rest in peace, and then I coached up here for years.
That's awesome.
So you're still in Jersey?
I'm in Brick, New Jersey, down the Jersey Shore.
Can't you tell his accent sounds stronger than all of ours? Doesn't it? First, I didn't recognize. I recognized the sound of his voice, but his accent was strong.
Well, that's the south part of Jersey. Anything on the other side of 195.
Okay.
You're South of Jersey.
South Jersey.
You're South Jersey.
Who?
You?
Me? I'm Pennsylvania, man. I'm Pennsylvania.
That's South Jersey to us.
Same thing.
Same thing. Not the same.
We call that South Jersey. Even Philly, South Jersey to us.
I'm surrounded by Eagle fans around here. This is Pennsylvania.
We're surrounded by snow and telephone poles. Florida, we don't have telephone poles.
Are you done yet?
Oh, I forgot to show you the picture. Oh, that's a clear sky. There's stars. You can see stars. I'm sorry.
He's just rubbing it in. Keep rubbing it in, Victor. Go ahead.
So so what do you think is going to happen with Philadelphia? The only quarterback they have right now is Jalen Hurts, no?
Yeah. Well, I can see them picking a quarterback maybe if they don't really like, if this new guy doesn't want to work with Jalen Hurts. I don't know why not, but I can see them maybe picking a quarterback.
They were mentioning that as well, right? By the way, they didn't get. Back to Wentz, they didn't get a lot as much as people I think would have thought.
Because he wasn't worth it. He was worth a ham sandwich and some Aldi chips. That's all he was worth. That was it. That was it.
What do you think about Vonda? What do you think about Ben? Big
Who?
Ben in Pittsburgh. They
Where?
say he's willing
He's going?
to negotiate his contract, Byron and Ivana.
Where's he going?
No, I
Well,
think he's going to take a cut.
Oh.
Possibly.
That's a big cut because you figure I think his salary cap is
17 million.
43 million.
Right.
Oh,
And,
so what, they trying to get another quarterback?
Well, they got what's his name, Haskins and Mason Rudolph are the two
Rudolph,
quarterbacks.
yeah, right. But
Oh.
wasn't he the fourth stringer?
Who?
Rudolph?
Rudolph?
He was the second. He was the backup. But now they got my man. They have Dwayne Haskins is going to get fixed, and he's going to be fine when he with Pittsburgh because of Mike Tomlin.
So
I want to know where my man gonna be going from Clemson, Trevor. Where's he
Oh,
gonna be
easy.
going?
Jacksonville. That's easy. they'd be crazy not to take him. That's
yeah,
an easy one.
I don't want Urban Meyer to get him after that hiring of that coach.
Oh, the Coyle or Doyle, whatever that guy's name is from Iowa. Yeah.
Yeah, we were Facebooking with my buddy Johnny Gutierrez, who was by the way is one of those who was a phenomenal baseball player for Perth Amboy, played in college as well. And we were talking about Pete Rose and how it's a travesty that he's not in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
You know, I don't care what sport you played, but everybody knew who Charlie Hustle was.
Yep.
No matter what, I don't care what they tried. They wanted you to hustle like him. And a guy like him is not in the Hall of Fame, but you got coaches that are doing the stuff that they've been doing. And, you know, he never bet on the games he was coaching. He was just betting. You know what I mean?
But if he had came clean from the beginning instead of deny, deflect, he probably would have got in.
I had a good friend of mine that uses that all the time, so I don't have a problem with it.
Really?
Yeah. I think he belongs. I don't know, Shane. I don't know if he's still on the line, but I think he belongs in the Hall of Fame. I think it's terrible.
Pete Rose, definitely.
Yeah,
You can't talk about baseball in that era without talking about Pete Rose.
3,000 hits, no steroids. I mean, he never did anything that was there was nothing shown that he did anything that was detrimental to his own team. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Guys get in when they were caught with drugs. How many Hall of Famers? And I don't want to bad name anybody, but there's several Hall of Famers recent that were caught with drugs. Right? There's always harassment charges. There's other things like that, and they get into the Hall of Fame. And he had an addiction or he had a this and that. Okay, great. If you're gonna, but gambling's one of the worst addictions you could have because you can't see it physically, right? There's no signs of it, right? I just don't know what happened there.
You have Kurt Schilling. Look at him. He's crying about he wants to be taken off the Hall of Fame list because he feels like with the writers are giving him a bad deal because of some of the very interesting things that he said and done in the past. And he wants to be judged by his peers, which would be, with the seniors committee. Well, he'd be with them. That's what he wants to be judged by them instead of the writers, because I guess he feels the writers are going to never let him in because of some of the things, that he said, politics and this and that. So he's another guy that's, should be in, but just sometimes your mouth is not good.
I guess. That's another issue for me. I don't know why they let writers make those kind of choices.
Come on, stop.
I mean, even like news we don't believe. So you're gonna have a Brady hater and he's gonna write against them and just.
Well, if I had a vote, I would vote for Brady anyway.
You would?
I would not.
You wouldn't have to because there wouldn't even be a vote.
Why not?
He's just walking in.
Can I be a Brady hater?
He's just walking in. They're already creating. They just don't know what color hair to put on him. But it's already. He's got a bust made for him and everything. All right, so let's keep going there. And they're saying that more news around the league. Well, let's see about the quarterback. Shane, what do you think about the quarterback? Sonia, what quarterback would you like to see, or you're interested in seeing get moved around, or what do you think is going to happen with like Ben? You got Ben. How many are there? You got Aaron Rodgers. They don't know if he's going to want to come back. You got Russell Wilson that wants some decision making, and then you got the biggest one is Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, I mean, Deshaun Watson. I mean, obviously, wherever he goes, he's going to change that team. Who has the best bet to get him? I think the Jets. I think they got the most to give, with as far as draft picks and stuff. But I mean, it's what have you done for me lately? These quarterbacks aren't getting as much time as they used to get before. Just look at the 2016 draft. We already got rid of the Rams guy, and we got Wentz. What were they, 1 and 2 in that draft?
Yep.
And they're gone already. So that's only what.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's only like four years ago.
It wasn't even that long ago.
Well, but I'm telling you, Byron, we were talking about that last week. It's only been the last few years, but before that, they stopped picking quarterbacks in the first round because of these problems.
Yeah,
they didn't want to pay them. They didn't want to pay these big dollars, so they were picking. There were a lot of defensive guys were going early. Linemen. The quarterbacks were getting picked a lot lower because of this.
It sets your team back a ways if they don't work out. I mean,
for years.
That rookie contract is what you live by. You got to win in that now. Now Dallas. Look at Dallas. They're going to pay Dak all this money. You got Zeke Elliott with all this money. They're not going to have any money to pay anybody else.
Well, they haven't struck a deal with Dak yet.
I know they haven't struck it, but
if I was the Jets, I would go do everything I can to go after Deshaun Watson. I don't know if he'd want to play there, but I would do everything because the AFC East is still just the AFC East.
Yeah, but do you want to give away the farm to get this guy? They got a new head coach.
Well, how much?
What
farm do they have? Did they win a game? They won one game, right?
Yeah, I'm just saying as far as with all the draft picks, they have a lot of draft picks, and they have a tremendous amount of money with the salary cap. The signing people. So why would
that pay Gase? Go ahead.
Deshaun Watson is going to be. They're going to cost the Jets this year's number 1, a number 2 this year. I'm just throwing it out there. I don't know for sure. He's going to number 1 next year, a number 3 next year. He's going to be 4 or 5 picks at least for him, and maybe even a player.
Oh yeah.
So do you want to do that though?
I would.
But are they ready to win now? If you get him and you get rid of
25.
Huh?
Only 25.
Yeah, but are you going to wait? It's going to take you. If you get rid of all them picks.
Brady's years, he's got 20 years.
Yeah, but you're going to be down there in the road 3 years down the road. By the time they're going to win if they get rid of all this draft capital.
They're not going to win in 3 years with whatever they do.
With the Jets?
Yes.
If they build it the right way, yes, they will.
Yeah.
I'll give them yes.
Way easier said than done. No way. They're not going to win. You got Miami and Buffalo that you're going to have to come against, and then you got Belichick that is either going to make that move to try to get back there or not. I just think the Jets have to make a drastic. They've been terrible for so long, and their decision making with Gase, the decision making they've done, I think it's worth the gamble.
Yeah, but he's one guy. So what are you going to do about the defense?
I'm just saying that,
you're going to outscore everybody 40, 50 points again? Probably not.
It's hard to go further down than you're already down underneath the basement.
I wouldn't give up all that. They got a new coach, like I said, and they got all this capital.
We'll see how that plays out. Roethlisberger is going to be a problem for these guys. By the way, I'm seeing in the news, Arian is they're trying to get Beckham. Jane, you mentioned that, and then two, that a lot of these guys, they're trying to make a move. For most of these guys want to try to sign up and stay.
They're like the Golden State Warriors now. Everybody wants to go play with, like back a few years ago. Everybody wants to go play Golden State. Now everybody wants to go run down there and play Tampa. For years, nobody want to go there, but now you got Brady and all the weapons they got down there. Now everybody wants to go running down there to get that ring.
Well, they're just saying that it looks like what they have. They're trying to keep everything they have with the salaries that they have.
Yeah.
So I haven't read too deep into it, but that would be interesting if they had Odell Beckham. I just don't know. I mean, what do you think, Vonda? You're a big Giant fan.
I didn't hear what you said.
What do you think about if the Bucks get Odell Beckham? Because you saw what happened You know, because you saw what happened with the Browns, right? Baker Mayfield did a lot better when Beckham wasn't in.
Yeah, but I don't think Odell's going anywhere. Odell's gonna stay right there.
Really,
Yeah.
I think he's out.
Okay.
I think he's out of bed. I think he's gone.
Plus, he's coming off an injury too.
He's coming off an injury. He was already not getting a lot of balls thrown to him because I predicted it. The first 3 games, he barely had balls thrown his way. Forget about whether he catched it. A guy like him is not going to be happy with that. And then I think his ego's bruised.
Maybe he'll come back to the Giants.
They went really smart.
You
Nah,
can't
we
come
don't
back.
want him. We don't want him. I don't want him.
Well, I know here. I got a good one here. I know that he's listening to this. Darnold traded to Washington. What do you think about that one? That's from a man Equals.
That's from where?
Equals. The guy Jeff Equals.
Yeah,
He's a Washington fan, and I'm thinking.
Yeah, he's right. That's a good. That would be a good move. I think Darnold's pretty good. I think he's just battling for the Jets.
And he can go down there and be a game manager for Washington. He doesn't have to put it all on his shoulders and win everything.
All right, speaking about giving away the farm, my fraternity brother said the Jets have a farm that grows 9 potatoes and 3 string beans. So, Greg, that was a good one. Good. So give away the farm. Give away those potatoes and string beans. They need Jeffrey saying they need a wide receiver Robinson from Chicago, and they need a quarterback draft. Henke will be good. Will be a good backup. Henneke, I think he's right. I don't know if Henneke. You know, those guys could play 1 or 2 good games to play consistently like that through a season. It's not easy. Not in the and especially in the NFC East. I think he's right there. I didn't even mention that one. So, what do you think about So let's go to, and I apologize because I'm all over the place today, trying to get prepared for this piece. I'm going through the NFL news. You got the quarterbacks. You got Sean Watson. What do you got, Byron? I know we got some.
Oh, I got all the teams that probably need quarter. I got my list. You got the Saints.
Your list going.
Saints. They need, Breeze. Jaguars need a quarterback. Well, Rams and Stafford. The Falcons maybe with Ryan. The Cowboys and Dolphins. Maybe either one of them with your man Deshaun Watson. The Panthers are going to need a quarterback. The Lions already got Goff. For now, they might end up drafting another quarterback, and he could be the stopgap for now. The Broncos are also on my list. Are looking at trying to get Deshaun Watson too. The 49ers, they really don't love Jimmy G. I could see him ended up somehow, some way with the Patriots.
That's what they say. Yeah. And who was shooting for him too? Who was San Francisco shooting for? Was it Watson?
Yeah, it was Watson too.
What about the news that the Carolinas going all in on Watson? They're even offering up Christian McCaffrey. Would you do that?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Man, that's too much. Well, you figure the head coach, he has like a 55-year contract rule, so he ain't going. That's the guy I wanted for the Giants, and he ain't going nowhere no time soon. So if he screws this up, he'll still be there regardless.
But Watson going back to his old Clemson grounds, that might be nice over there.
They'll definitely sell out with him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the owner of the team just bought a $73 million mansion down there somewhere in Florida or someplace.
Of the Panthers?
Yeah.
Where? I'm gonna go trick or treat on his house.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure you probably wouldn't be able to get inside the gate.
Yeah, how much you want? Better buy can get inside the gate.
Oh.
Oh, here we go. That Perth boy kicking.
You know it.
You ain't
take the boy out of the boy. You can't take the boy out of the boy.
You ain't.
That's why this boy and that boy.
You ain't jumping over no fence.
I don't have to jump over. Trust me, man. I look pretty good in a suit and tie.
Oh, here we go, man.
I get my way through anywhere. I remember, I always got real quick before we start wrapping up. I got a lot of college shirts. You see me wearing. It's like you got all those hats and different stuff. We were taking our kids every time we were traveling the country. We'd take extra days to go to visit all the colleges. So every time I would walk, there you go. So every time I would walk in to see my son play basketball, basketball player. So every time I would walk into the high school, I would go walk in with my iPad because I would like to keep his stats, right? So I walk in. If I had a Duke shirt on or University of North Carolina, they wouldn't even let me pay. I'd walk in, and this, you know how the high school kids are, like, oh my God, who's he here to look at? Who's he scouting? They always thought I was some kind of coach from somewhere. So I get in anywhere I want.
Really, man, you faked it like that.
I didn't fake it. I just went to the game, and I didn't say it. I still paid. I still offered to pay no coach, and then I sat down, and these are little high school kids, and little high school kids are gonna do the little whispering and stuff, and I looked like a coach. They thought I was there for somebody, so it was pretty funny. My wife used to get mad. He's not a coach. That's not good to sleep alone. Let me enjoy it. Let them think I'm from Duke, North Carolina. All right, well, let's see what we got. What do you think is going to happen next couple of weeks? I mean, we got March 11th coming up, right? The draft coming up. The trades are going to have to be made. I don't know. I think this draft is going to be a long draft. I think that's when they're gonna start wheeling and dealing these quarterbacks for picks.
Yeah, most of it get done probably before the draft. You know, wherever they're going to end up, it'll probably be the draft, because you want to get that done first. And that way you got to figure out, you know, who else you're going to pick between, you know, with the free agency, trading, and, you know, the draft. That's where all the moves will be made then.
Well, free agency starts March 11th, right?
Yeah.
And then the draft is right there in April.
Yeah.
Not that far. So in less than a month, free agency is going to get started. So they're going to have to start figuring stuff out. And like Shane said, I can't believe they'd get rid of McCaffrey.
What about this big one, the J.J. Watts? Forgot about him.
Yeah.
I hear Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, I heard Cleveland. Yeah, but I heard Cleveland. I heard Green Bay.
He wants to go home because he played in Wisconsin.
Right, and then he wants to go play with his brothers, right, in Pittsburgh. So he's all over the place. But I think it was. Did you see what he did on Twitter? I thought that was pretty cool. He directly addressed the fans.
Yeah, because it's like we said before, there's something going on with that ownership down there that all these guys want to get out of there.
Right. So where everybody wants to come play with Brady, everybody wants to get out of Texas.
Yeah.
Houston, we have a problem. Well, anyhow, Shane, thanks for joining our show. Hope you had a good time. Miss Sonia, she went to go uncork some wine. Miss Honda, I appreciate you leaving your studious self and your studies. So good luck in your studies.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it. And, you know, we always end our show with peace. Before I say peace to my also call. Well, you changed the hat, Byron. You looking all stunned now. You look like Byron.
Gee, thanks. I'm glad I look like Byron now.
you look suave before. I think it's the black. It's the head, the red head, the red hat kind of like accented your black sweater.
There we go. No, there we go.
Hey.
Look, now put the hat on.
That's better.
Now put the hat on. Put the other hat on. Look, Von, look at the difference.
Yeah.
They look totally different.
Whatever, man.
Style, brother. Come on now.
No risking,
I know you're used to wearing a uniform for most of your life, but you know, sometimes you gotta have some style.
Swag, man. Bruce Arians, it's swag. I keep telling you that.
Swag.
Vic, you got to get one of those hats for next week.
Hey, I gotta find one. I don't even know where to get one of those. I got one, but not one like that. I got like a little beanie thing.
No.
I got something like that though. It's not that kind of hat though.
Kango, man. It's
I have it when I go to the cold. I also got a big fedora, like a Al Capone hat.
Really?
When I used to go to Chicago and the snow came down, I was like, now I know why they wear these hats.
There's my hat right there behind me. Right there.
That's a nice one. Hold on. Let me show you. Hold on. Let me get my Byron. You don't have the thing. Hold on.
Oh, gee, here you go.
Uh-oh.
I'm sure it's going to be interesting.
I should have broke out the cowboy hat.
No.
No.
I got a cowboy hat too, but I'm going to get ready to burn that.
Well, no.
What, that cowboy?
Yeah, cowboy.
I got one. I got a white one.
Got cowboy boots too.
No, I ain't got none of those. Be too big for that.
Uh-oh.
Is it Pancho Villa?
Oh, shoot, I got my.
Oh.
All right, I need to hear what you guys say. What's that, man?
Is it Pancho Villa?
Huh?
What is the hell? Like some gangster, man.
Oh,
I had my
boy.
trench coat on.
Oh Lord.
Oh yeah, boy. I got another one. It's probably my life. You know how hard it is to have winter stuff in Florida? It's not easy.
No, I've never lived in Florida, so I wouldn't know.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. It ain't easy trying to have your stuff. So I love my hat. You just gotta be careful with it. All righty. So let's wrap this up. Today was my apologize, a little slow today. So let's go here, and then we'll mention some of our athletes. Freedom and security are precious gifts that we as Americans should never take for granted. We must do all we can to extend our hand in times of need to those who willingly sacrifice each day to provide that freedom and security. While we can never do enough to show gratitude to our nation's defenders, we can always do a little more. Gary Sinise, that's the Gary Sinise, SINISE Foundation.org. It's for our service, military, our service, and it's for first responders. So please, if you could donate. Jeffrey, I'm sorry you lost, but I won and I donated it. So Juan Valdez. Oh, smack. My fraternity brother called me Juan Valdez. And he's Bonaforte. I guess the Italian guy didn't want to call me a gangster. He calls me Juan Valdez. Go figure. My Amboy people call me a gangster. The Italian calls me Juan Valdez. Something's wrong with that mixed up there. Sonia went. I look at Billy. Said Sonia went on a wine run.
Probably did.
Jeffrey said, "Gotta go. Good show, guys. See you next week." Well, thank you guys for also joining and messaging in. Greg, by the way, Greg is a hockey player. Was a fantastic hockey player for my fraternity brother in college. So that's his sport of choice. And there is something I want to say. Well, one I wanted to say happy birthday to Miss Sonia. It was her birthday, and I want to say happy anniversary to the women. Go ahead, Vonda.
What? Oh, the what? The what? Women Marines?
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you. We're 78 years old. Don't I look good for 78?
You look fantastic.
Hercules.
Semper Fi. So here's one thing I have to say to you though. So when you wrote that, right, I thought that was fantastic. So, but then I got scared of what to write. So I go, I'm happy for the women, and then I'm like, okay, man, I'm happy for the Marines. Like, we're Marines. I'm like, okay, so do I say congratulations to the women Marines or have a Marine? So I just left it at Marine.
Oh, just happy anniversary. That's all.
Happy anniversary. Yeah. So that was how many years prior to that?
We've been around for 78 years.
And the Marines have been around for
17. We've been around for over 200 years.
Wow.
Yes.
So women were able to get. That must have been really hard for women in the beginning.
Yes. It was even hard. It was even hard when I enlisted. I said, I know I had my little trials and tribulations with male Marines, but hey, we all overcome that stuff.
Yeah, they told me it's hard on women.
We need to get the one guy on call in one day, Troy Parker. He has a good story about when he saw you.
No,
Troy.
Yeah. I kind of scared. Yeah, I kind of scared him when I was a drill instructor when Troy was down there.
Was it the Marines too?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you were.
Yes. I was a drill instructor.
You were a drill instructor? Wow.
Yes.
He was, and when he came into
yes.
the Marines, he must have got excited in the beginning and then hated it. And what about you? Didn't you feel like it's got to be hard because as a drill instructor, you're going to be hard on everybody. But then it's almost like psychologically, you must think that I got to be harder on this person.
Well, it was scary though. Even when I went through boot camp, I remember seeing, and I was like, I know that face somewhere. Alice Slomko. She was a drill instructor when I was a recruit. She played basketball for Perth Amboy, and I was like, I know that name. I know that face, and I was terrified of her.
Anna Prada was a Marine too.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Anna Prada was a Marine. So you were like Lou Gossett Jr. in a Gentleman and Officer.
Officer and Gentleman, yeah, because I trained enlisted and officers.
So. Oh, he steers and
steers and queers.
No, you can't say that. Don't say that on this. All right, well, I had to make you laugh there. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
To the women Marines and for the Marines for recognizing that they need a lot more brains than brawn.
We need both.
by having women join. So I met, I'll leave it here. I met a gentleman this weekend. We went to a brunch with my sister and brother-in-law.
Who paid?
Social distancing. Yeah.
Who paid?
Actually, he paid. I was really thankful for him. That was nice of him. We didn't have to do that. We normally just go Dutch. We don't really.
Really, man?
Yeah.
You're cheap.
Who? Not me.
I was just checking.
Far from it. Trust me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I should have been, but I never was my style. But anyways, when I went there, was an old gentleman on. And he had a Boricua shirt, Puerto Rican shirt on. I'm in Miami. He's mostly Cubans. So I go, hey, nice shirt, Boricua. We started talking. And then I recognized he had a mask with the Army. So that's pretty funny. My dad was 20 years in the Army. And Dad's Puerto Rican. So as I'm walking out, I said goodbye to the gentleman. See, my fraternity brother said, I'm not cheap, because he's definitely not cheap. Thank you, Greg. Juan Valdez says, thank you. It's the coffee bean. So anyways, I walked out and I said, hey, thank you for your service. My dad was in the Marines. And so he goes, oh, yeah, he was in for 20. He said he was in for 23 years. His wife was in the Navy for 26.
Oh, wow.
They must have been. My dad's 86, so they had to be up there. I got several things. Oh, I'm loud, but not cheap. Is what my fraternity.
Oh, okay. That's better.
That's the fact. I'll stick to that. I'll stick to that. All right. Well, God bless. Thank you again. Remember, you can follow our show to follow us and subscribe to us and like us on all your channels. Let me just do my out piece. And you can follow. You see our sportscast1.net or sportscast.net. You can follow us on Twitter at the sportscast1. Please join our show next Thursday at 8 p.m. Send in your questions, your comments. Today was more of a laid back, relaxed show as we're picking up speed. Some of this is my fault. I apologize. But it's always a good time to have the Jones on. We have a good time. Byron, I learned a lot from you. You called. I just want to make a point that Byron has made statements prior to these major broadcast sports guys stating them that I text him like, Byron, you just finished saying this the other day. So I got to give props to Byron. Okay. I was like, what? Byron just said the same thing before you guys said this. And he said it before you. So I got to give props to Byron. So Byron, thank you. I've learned a lot while you were on the show. I enjoyed doing the show with you, my brother. And God bless and everybody stay safe and stay warm.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks.
Bye.
Bye.